I never had a great relationship with my parents, especially my mom. Growing up, I was always the afterthought, the backup plan, the we'll see kid. My sister Ellie was the golden child, perfect grades, perfect attitude, perfect everything. Meanwhile, I was just there. This dynamic followed us into adulthood. Now at 26, I've built a decent life for myself despite minimal support from my family. I have a good job in software development, a cozy apartment in Seattle, and enough disposable income to enjoy occasional luxuries. I've worked hard for everything I have, unlike Ellie who still gets regular gifts from our parents. Last month, my parents decided they wanted to visit Hawaii. Big family vacation. Mom, Dad, Ellie, her husband Jake, and their 2 kids. Naturally, the planning happened in the family group chat, which I'm technically part of but rarely contribute to. We should all go? It'll be so fun, my mom texted, followed by flight options and resort links. I scrolled through their messages with mild interest until I saw my mom write, "We'll need to book soon to get these rates. Everyone confirm you can make the deposit this week." I texted back, "Sounds fun. I can make the deposit. Just let me know how much." 3 hours passed before my mom replied, "Oh honey, we weren't actually expecting you to come. We assumed you'd be too busy with work." I stared at my phone, that familiar sting of exclusion washing over me. Then came Ellie's message. "Plus it's pretty expensive. Not sure if it fits your budget lol." Something in me snapped. Years of being the family afterthought crystallized into a moment of clarity. I replied with a simple, "No problem, just thought I'd check," and moved on with my day. Outwardly, at least. What they didn't know was that I had already looked up the resort they were planning to book. It was a popular chain where I had a premium membership from business trips. On a whim, I called the resort and used my points to book their exact planned accommodation package, all 6 spots. 2 days later, my mom called unexpectedly. "There's some issue with our booking," she said, frustration evident in her voice. "The resort says someone already booked our rooms for those dates." "That's weird," I replied, keeping my voice neutral. "Have you tried looking at other dates?" "We have specific time off approved already," she snapped. "And the rates go up significantly after that week." "Well, that's unfortunate," I said, suppressing a smile. "Maybe it's a sign you should look at a different resort? We've already told the kids about this one. It has that water park they wanted." Her voice dropped an octave, shifting into what I call her manipulation mode. "You know what? Maybe you could help us. With your tech skills, couldn't you find who booked our rooms and, I don't know, offer them something to switch dates?" I nearly choked on my coffee. The audacity was breathtaking. "Mom, that would be illegal. And creepy." I paused for effect. "But I do have a premium membership at that chain from work travel. I could check if there's anything I can do." "Oh, would you? That would be so helpful." Her tone immediately brightened. "See, you are good for something." Intended as a compliment, her words only reinforced my resolve. "I'll call you back," I said and hung up. I waited 2 hours before calling her back. During that time, I contacted the airline they planned to use and reserved 6 tickets with my credit card. "Mom, I've got news," I said when she answered. "I couldn't free up your exact rooms, but I managed to book comparable ones for the same dates. And since I was at it, I went ahead and got the flights too." "You what?" She sounded genuinely shocked. That's actually very generous of you. But we can pay for our own vacation. How much do we owe you?" "Don't worry about it for now. I got a great deal using my points. We can sort it out later," I said smoothly. "We?" Her voice sharpened. "What do you mean we?" "Well, since I booked everything, I figured I'd join you guys. There's 6 spots, right? Mom, Dad, Ellie, Jake, and the 2 kids." There was a long pause before she spoke again. "Honey, we were planning on this being just us. And Ellie's friend Melissa was going to come too. Her husband just left her, and she could really use the support. Of course, there was always someone more important than me." "Oh, I see." I kept my voice neutral. "Well, too bad. I've already booked everything in my name, and I'm going. Melissa can come another time." "Now listen here," my mom's voice turned icy. "You can't just force your way into our family vacation. That's not how this works. Actually, it's not your family vacation anymore. It's my vacation that I've invited you to join. There's a difference." "You didn't think you were coming, did you?" My mom smirked, her voice dripping with condescension. "This is exactly why we plan without you. You always make everything so difficult." "Cool," I said, casually pulling up my banking app. "In that case, I'll just cancel everything." "What? No. We've already told everyone." "Too late," I interrupted, my finger hovering over the dispute charge button. "I'm reversing the charges on my card right now." "Don't you dare. We'll pay you back." Her panic was palpable. "No need. It's canceled. Have a nice day, Mom." I hung up and proceeded to dispute every charge. What happened next was better than I could have imagined. The airline's system flagged the disputed charges as potential fraud, automatically canceling all 6 tickets. Since I'd used my premium membership points for the resort booking, when I called to cancel, they not only refunded my points but also blacklisted that specific booking request due to the suspicious activity flag. An hour later, my phone exploded with notifications. First came the furious call from my mom, which I sent to voicemail. Then a barrage of text messages from my dad, Ellie, and even Jake, all demanding explanations. Apparently, they'd received cancellation notices from both the airline and the resort, along with messages that they were unable to rebook the same dates due to security concerns. The piece de resistance? The resort and airline both cited potential fraud investigation, which meant my family couldn't simply rebook without potentially triggering more flags in the system. I waited until evening before responding to anyone. I sent a single message to the family group chat. Sorry about the vacation plans falling through. Since I'm always so difficult and not expected to come anyway, I decided it was best to remove myself from the equation entirely. Hope Melissa feels better soon. Maybe next time you'll consider making your own bookings. Then I muted the chat and poured myself a glass of wine. 3 days later, my dad showed up at my apartment. Unlike my mom, he looked more defeated than angry. That was quite a move, he said after I let him in. Your mother is still livid. I figured. I shrugged, offering him coffee which he accepted. You know, I've been thinking about how we've treated you over the years, he said quietly. It's not fair, and I'm sorry for my part in it. I wasn't expecting that. We talked for hours that day, really talked, for the first time in years. No, it didn't magically fix our relationship, but it was a start. My mom still isn't speaking to me, and Ellie called me petty, but I don't regret what I did. Sometimes you need to cancel a trip to begin a journey.